Ladies and gentlemen, our inductee, John Thomas Allen. A 1952 graduate of Albertville High School, John Allen participated in football, basketball, and baseball. He excelled in baseball as an all-star in the Lions East-West game at Rickwood Field in Birmingham. Number 5 at the top, J.T. Allen, in the summer before his senior year at Albertville. Shortstop, 16 years old, 5'8", 135 pounds, bats and throws right. Allen put his higher education on hold while he entered the workforce and played independent baseball. Then it was off to the Navy, where he excelled in baseball and football. John served on the aircraft carrier Essex. Here are the pitchers on the Essex baseball team as they warm up on deck. John is the second from your left. In most of the write-ups, John always the team leader in pitching, batting, and fielding, a U.S. Navy All-Star. The sport of baseball was Allen's ticket to higher education at Snead State and Jacksonville State. Here is John at Snead College. At Jacksonville State, he was selected all-conference pitcher in 1960 and co-captain of the 61 Gamecocks. His Gamecock coach was Dirty Wedgeworth, a member of our Marshall County Sports Hall of Fame. Here is the Distinguished Athletic Award given to John Allen in 1990 by Jacksonville State University. Allen's first job out of college was as the athletic director of the Anniston City Recreation Board in 1962. The Anniston Board of Education hired him in 1964 to be the head baseball and assistant football coach. The Birmingham Post-Herald named his Anniston baseball squad state champions with a record of 15-1. After one season as the head coach, Allen headed to Guntersville with a state championship on his resume. Bill Oliver hired him as an assistant in football and head baseball coach for the Marshall County High School Wildcats. When Oliver left to become an assistant at Auburn University following the '65 season, Allen stayed on with the football coach Jack Hicks in 1966. In 1967, Marshall County Hall of Fame coach Billy Hugh Hudson started a new football program at Muscle Shoals and was looking for assistants. John Allen and another Marshall County Hall of Fame member, Gilmore Brennan, coached with Billy Hudson. Allen and Brennan then left Muscle Shoals to become head football coaches. Allen served as the Geraldine head football coach from 1969 to '75. Shown here are the award winners from his first year at Geraldine. On the first row, left to right, Ricky Galloway, Billy Cofield, and Wade Daniel. On the back row, left to right, assistant coach Jim Kirby. Later, he would become a head coach and go on to win a state championship at Valley Head. Standing on the back row in the middle is Bill Mitchell, MVP, and on the right is Coach Allen. A later Bulldog coaching staff. John is with coaches Jerry Wallace on the left and Larry Bailey on the right. He was twice named in 1971 and 1972 the DeKalb County Coach of the Year. He had a standout year in 1973 when he coached in both the Alabama All-Star football game and the Lions Club East-West All-Star baseball game. That same year, he served as a counselor at Lions Club Boys State. When he arrived at Geraldine, he took over a program that had won only once in 3 years, a 1-28-1 record. His Geraldine record was 28-29-3. Pisgah's new principal in 1975 was John Allen. 1 year later, he was back into coaching at a program that was still in its infancy, the Douglas Eagles. This is his first staff at Douglas in 1976. Coaches left to right. Bill Aaron, today he serves as principal at Asbury High School. Second from the left is Gary Ledbetter. Today he coaches baseball at Snead College. Next is Coach Allen. On the right side is Kenneth Adams, and today he teaches in Georgia. The season before Allen arrived, Douglas was 0-10 with only 13 players remaining at the end of the season. His first team at Douglas went 6-3-1, had the best record in the first 7 years of Douglas football. Let's meet the 1976 Eagles. On the front row, left to right, Alan Johnson. Number 11, Chuck Dyer. Number 14, the coach's son, Marty Allen. Number 20, Lamar Whitten. Number 24, Pat O'Donnell. Number 30, Larry Ross. Number 12, Steve McCoy. By the way, this is the husband of our Hall of Fame board member, Donna McCoy. Steve, number 12. And on the right end, Ronald Lee. On the second row, left to right, Neil Ivey. Second is Alan Robertson. Third, Philip Pritchett. Fourth, Robert Hambrick. Fifth is Mike Oettinger. Sixth, Tim Frazier. And Danny Murray on the end. On the third row, left to right, Paul Bowden. Second is David Claiborne. Third is Bill Foshee. He's the manager of the Douglas Water Authority. Fourth is Chris Dyer. Fifth, Jeff Mosley. And sixth is Thomas Kinney. On the end, Kenneth McCoy. The top row, left to right, Mark Riedlinger is first. Tim Isbell is second. He's the principal at Claysville. Third is Mike Jarvis. Fourth, Joey Allen. Fifth, John Cornelius. Sixth, Jeff Kinney. And seventh is Donald Edmonds. A later Douglas football coaching staff, left to right, Keith Swisher. He's now employed with the Gunnersville school system. Rex Mitchell would later become the Douglas head coach, now retired. Third is Coach Allen, and the fourth from the left is Kenneth Adams. On the right is Gary Ledbetter. As we said earlier, Adams now teaches in Georgia, and Ledbetter is the baseball coach at Snead. The coach finished 5 years of coaching the Eagles with a 20-29-1 record before moving into administration for the remainder of his career. He served as an assistant principal at Douglas High School before becoming principal at Douglas Elementary. The family poses with the coach at his retirement party, retiring from coaching and administration, left to right. Son Marty, wife Eleanor, daughter Dina, daughter Jana. Today, Allen continues to serve the educational community as an elected member of the Marshall County Board of Education. Here, the oath of office is administered by the probate judge, Tim Mitchell, as wife Eleanor holds the Bible. As coach is sworn in as a member of the Marshall County Board of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, our inductee, John Allen.
Some of those pictures look about 30 or 40 pounds lighter. I sort of feel like a man who was asked, why are you getting this award? He replied, I don't know, but it sure does feel good. I want to thank the committee for selecting me. I want to thank Donna McCoy for nominating me and presenting the award tonight. And of course, it's already mentioned Donna is the wife of Steve McCoy, who's first quarterback at Douglas. I would like for you to know that I feel very humble and I'm very appreciative just to be considered for such an award as this. I consider it one of the greatest things that's ever happened in my life. So with all humbleness, I accept this award not for myself, but for all of those who made it possible. Many of the players that you've heard mentioned, some of them are here tonight. I want to thank them. The parents who are responsible for those young folks, I want to thank them. The teachers, the people I worked with in school during all those years, certainly I owe a debt of gratitude to them. And of course my family is spread out pretty much down through there. And I want to thank all my brothers and sisters and their husbands and their families for having been a part of my life and for what they have contributed. One of the young men played football for me, and it was great to be able to coach a nephew. And of course, I'd like to thank my mother and dad for all the values they instilled in us as we were growing up. And you know, it's not hard to instill values when you got a pick sack stuck on your back and you're down on your knees crawling, picking cotton. But they always taught us to be honest, to be fair, and to respect other people. And those are great values. And I guess I can say this tonight. I wish we had more of that today. My mother, of course, is with us tonight. My dad has passed on. Somebody asked me tonight, reckon what he would think, and my two brothers also, if they could be here tonight. And I can assure you they would love it and probably have something funny to say about it. And I know they would be like I am, very appreciative just for the opportunity. But Mother is with us tonight. She's 88 years of age. Folks, I hope all of you have a mother like mine. She's, I just love you very much and hope you can stay with us a long time. And of course, I love my children. I have to brag on them, grandkids, show a picture or two occasionally. But I'd like to recognize each of them tonight and thank them for the help that they have given me over the years. Dina, who was our oldest and our first, brought us great joy. And of course, she has brought us two grandchildren, Frank and Malia, and they have brought us joy. Marty, you know, the son that every man wants, and I can say that in all honesty and sincerity. He's always been that kind of son. And he and his wife, Karen, have brought us three grandchildren, Heather, Ashley, and Jonathan. And I'll tell you, the love and the hugs and all you get from them make it worthwhile. And of course, Jonna came along much later in life, and she helped make her mother and I young again and put us back on the road at school and different activities and things. And so she and her husband Dale have brought us right now a 14-month-old grandson who I told earlier everybody in this room couldn't hem up. But I love them all, and they have brought Ella and I many, many hours of happiness. And of course, you know, the greatest thing that happened in my life was when I married my wife, Ella. She deserves all the credit for anything I've ever accomplished. She was the force behind, and she was the guiding light, and she was the one that helped us in making the right decisions and doing the kind of things that we should. Great mother, a wonderful confidant, and she always made the road ahead seem a little brighter. She only told me one time that she wouldn't go to a certain place with me to coach. So we worked things pretty good. You know, as I look back over the years behind, I've been a very, very fortunate person, very fortunate man in being surrounded by family and friends. And I was thinking as Bill was talking on the screen about the coaches and the people that have already been inducted in the Hall of Fame. In my years of coaching and working, I worked with, coached, was coached, or had some relationship with 21 of the 47 members. And I know that a lot of the good things that happened in my life were because of the things that they helped me to learn and the things they helped me to do. Let me leave you with this thought. I believe this very strongly, and it's something that I didn't pick up out of a book or anything. This is something that came along in my life, and I grew to love to do. And I just wrote down a few words here. It says, a love for the game is great, but a love for the players is greater. Thank you very much.